Welcome to this explainer. Close your eyes for just a second. Imagine a giant, invisible web connecting absolutely everything you do, say, and think. Every tiny tug on one thread vibrates across the entire network. This isn't science fiction, folks. It's the cinematic premise of the universe's ultimate system of cause and effect.
So what if your repetitive life problems aren't just bad luck? What if that string of awful days or that one conflict at work you just can't seem to shake is actually an ancient systematic law echoing your own moves right back at you? Kind of a massive paradigm shift, isn't it?
Section 1. The Universal Order, Demystifying Karma. Okay, I promise you right now, we're going to completely strip away all the mystical, complicated misconceptions surrounding this concept, karma. It's an ancient word rooted in Hinduism and Buddhism. But here is the absolute most important thing you'll learn today. It literally just translates to action. That's the whole shebang. It's not some cosmic punishment system where the universe sits on a cloud throwing lightning bolts at you because you cut someone off in traffic. It is just everyday action. Think of it like Newton's third law, but applied to human behavior. For every action, there's a reaction.
Section 2. Decoding repetitive life patterns.
Let's see how this actually builds into our daily lives, because this is where it gets incredibly practical. See, our past actions directly shape our present reality, and we often trap ourselves in these invisible behavioral loops without even realizing it. Think about some common karmic imbalances in the real world. You know that friend who keeps dating someone who lives out of state over and over again? Or maybe you keep finding yourself in the exact same uncomfortable situation at 3 totally different jobs? Or perhaps you're holding on to a long-term grudge that just eats away at your energy all day. Look, these aren't just unfortunate coincidences. We unintentionally create and sustain these imbalanced loops by making the exact same underlying choices. That grudge you're holding, that is an action, and the reaction is a persistent negative relationship.
Which brings us to a massive realization. How do you actually break a cycle you didn't even know you started? I mean, if you've been running on a treadmill blindfolded, how do you finally step off?
Section 3. The power of accountability.
Because karma simply means action. The only way to reverse a negative cycle is through absolute, unfiltered, personal accountability. You literally have to change your actions. And this is the crossroads we all face every single day. Blaming others is a comfortable habit, isn't it? But it slows down the healing process and it actively creates negative relationships. It just adds fuel to the fire. Taking accountability, on the other hand, focuses entirely on controlling your own responses to build a positive life. You're the only one responsible for your actions. If you're in a heated argument with a loved one, you can't control their yelling, for sure, but you absolutely control how you respond to it. That response, that is your karma.
The ancients understood this perfectly. As the Buddha said, mind precedes all mental states. The absolutely crucial point here is that you've got to deeply reflect on your own actions and how they impact the world around you. Because before you act, you think. Before you create bad karma, you create a thought. Mindfulness is essentially the practice of catching that thought before it turns into a negative action.
But does mindfulness actually work for regular people in the modern world? Yes, absolutely. In a recent poll of over 350 people, an overwhelming 93% found practicing mindfulness to be a highly rewarding experience. Only 7% felt otherwise. 93%, that is a massive majority of people who found that simply paying attention to their thoughts profoundly improved their everyday reality.
But that raises a pretty fascinating dilemma, doesn't it? What if the bad karma isn't coming from your initial actions, but from your knee-jerk reactions? What if the way you respond to a flat tire or a rude coworker is the exact thing keeping you stuck?
Section 4. Practical steps to reverse karma.
All right, let's build a practical toolkit designed to help you reverse bad karma immediately. First up, offer a sincere, direct apology. If you offended someone, own it. Just say, "I'm sorry for my actions yesterday. I can completely understand why you were mad." Next, volunteer your time at a soup kitchen or an animal shelter. Give authentic compliments. Do kind favors for your neighbors, like bringing them dinner. You also need to deliberately break negative routines. And finally, write down your past transgressions. Literally list out what you've done wrong on a piece of paper. Did you lie, cheat, act selfishly? Seeing it all laid out helps you spot those destructive patterns so you can finally stop them in their tracks.
So why does doing things for others work so perfectly to fix our own lives? Well, Mahatma Gandhi hit the nail on the head when he said, "The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others." Doing a small positive favor every single day builds a really powerful new routine. It shifts your energy outward. Now, quick warning here. You can't just buy good karma. Giving to toxic people in hopes of some cosmic reward? Yeah, that won't work. But genuine, charitable service profoundly balances the scales. At the end of the day, it all boils down to the golden rule: treat others like you want to be treated. And here's a brilliant little trick to break a bad habit. If you ever find yourself feeling intensely negative toward a specific person, deliberately give them a genuine compliment next time you see them. It's wild, but it short-circuits your brain's negative karmic loop almost instantly.
Now, outward actions are incredibly powerful, for sure. But if physical actions balance the outer world, how do we fix the root cause inside our minds? How do we stop those bad thoughts from forming in the very first place?
Section 5. Healing through focused meditation.
Meditation is really the ultimate tool for understanding the true why behind our repetitive negative patterns. And the good news is, there isn't just one way to do it. First, we have breathing meditations. This simply focuses on your in and out breaths to calm the mind and clear away all that daily noise. Next, transforming meditations. This one's fascinating. It focuses on studying morality, philosophy, or even the construction of the universe, all to train your body to let go of physical discomforts and inner worries. And finally, loving kindness meditations. This is a highly structured practice that intentionally broadcasts good energy.
Let's actually break down how to do that last one, because it makes what sounds like an abstract concept feel wonderfully actionable and systematic. The loving kindness meditation in 4 easy steps. Step 1, preparation. Just sit comfortably in a quiet place and breathe deeply. Step 2, contemplation. Actively recognize that all life should be cherished and that your own happiness stems directly from kindness. Step 3, meditation. Now, this isn't just about emptying your mind, it's about formulating concrete ways to practice kind actions. Tell yourself, I'm going to cherish each day, or I will be kinder to my coworkers today. And finally, step 4, dedication. This is where you step off the mat and actually live up to those promises in your daily life.
We've covered the ancient definition, the real-world loops, the massive power of personal accountability, and the practical tools to change your life right now. So if karma is simply every action you take, what cycle are you going to choose to break today? The universal order is just waiting for your next move.